Welcome in, guys, and welcome back. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome back to the Twitch Spotlight Podcast. It has been a time since we have done one of these.
It's still black. Oh, never mind.
Anyway, we are here with me, Cake Eater 1991, and still the fabulous Miss Vic 93. In today's podcast, we are honored to have Defiant Angel Princess, one of my good friends. Angel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, and I'm happy to be here. We're always here to support, all streamers promoting and growing the best Facebook group and Discord around.
Yeah.
Oh, just less than 5 minutes in and already self-promoting the Facebook group. I love to see it.
Shameless plug, bro. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug all day. I love it. So, for those who are new, Miss Vic and I kind of go back and forth interviewing and allowing you guys to get to know Defiant Angel a little bit more personal. So, Angel, what kind of got you into the whole streaming thing?
I stumbled into Mixer on Xbox one day because I had just graduated high school and I saved up a bunch of money at my minimum wage gas station job, and I went to a pawn shop and bought my first Xbox, and then I would game with my friends, and I would work long hours, get home, put on my headset, play with my friends, and then one day, Mixer was like a home screen, and it switched to it, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I started looking, and I actually saw his name on Mixer was Jackbox Danny, and now he's DJ Hopkins on Twitch, but he was streaming Jackbox, and because that was so interactive, I got addicted very quickly about playing that game, and it made me feel good. And my mom was like, you're an adult now, why are you playing video games, go be a grown-up. And so I was like, well, I'm live streaming now, and it's almost a job, kind of, and it was an excuse to continue playing video games. And since then, it's been something that I've kept up with the last 10 years. It's got me through my 2 business degrees. It's got me through motherhood. Everything. The only thing consistent in my life has been Twitch. So.
Can I just say, people that say that we need to stop playing video games because we're adults now, that shit gets on my nerves, because there are so many bad things that we could be out there doing, but we're at home playing video games. What could be safer, okay? What could, it just, that drives me crazy. My mom was the same way, and I was like, you know what, just go, whatever.
I'm like, Mom, I'm making money now.
Yeah.
Stop it, it's work. And I'm looking at because back in the day it was $100 minimum, so I'm looking at 6 months of work for $93, and I'm still haven't gotten a payout. I'm it's gonna happen, you guys. It's fine. It's fine.
Yep, it happens eventually.
Yeah, Fig, I don't know if you.
Yeah, I see it. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Okay, you take care of that, and I will just keep going. But absolutely, saying, hey, stop playing video games. You're an adult, but shit. There are a lot of stressful jobs, and me personally, I have one of those. And one way that I actually get home to de-stress is to play video games, get my mind off of the job, and that's what a lot of people do. So saying, wait, do a check 1 2. I think.
Oh, it's when you talk.
No, yeah,
I think it's getting you twice.
I don't know where.
Anyway,
and actually, Kate, because I know your occupation, that you're actually the number one argument with my mother, because my mother had the same occupation that you had.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, dude.
Well, between my generation into that career and probably hers, they have their own different kind of ways of dealing with the stress. Everyone has their own ways of dealing with stress and so much work shit on their plates. People turn to a lot more worse than playing video games. People do so much worse. People turn to drugs, alcohol, and sex addictions and other shit like that. But video games is just a de-stressor. 100%. But it's totally different if you spend every waking moment playing video games, though.
Hang on.
If you play just every once in a while, just kind of de-stress, I don't see any issue with that.
Yeah.
Well, while Miss Vic keeps figuring out all the technical difficulties, like we said, it is our first time back in shit. I don't know how long. It's been months.
April. Yeah.
April? It's been April? Oh my god, almost a year. But it does feel good to be back. So, what do you do for a living outside of streaming?
Well, I'm a certified teacher up until 2nd grade, but I no longer work in education. And I have 2 business management and finance degrees, but I no longer work in corporate America. So like currently I hand make all of my merch and stuff. So I have like this keychain. This one says I got a big dick with a heart because I like to have my people call me daddy. So it's like,
lovely.
You can't see it. And then I have like all different types of keychains. So it's like boss bitch. This one says live, laugh, fuck off. And
that's cool.
What,
yeah, I love it. Another one is one says don't be an asshole, and the other one says assholes, because it's like, well, if you have a hard time standing up for yourself, then you're gonna want the asshole keychain, because you're gonna look down at your keychain and be like, you know what, it's okay to be the asshole sometimes.
Yeah,
but if you have a hard time not being the asshole, then you're gonna want to don't be the asshole keychain, because you look down and be like, maybe this time I'm not gonna be the asshole, you know.
Fair enough.
And I've been making like emotes and graphics for friends and stuff, and I've been luckily getting like a kickback from that. So it's just, you know, like hustling, doing what I can. I hand make my pillows, and the custom made chessboards is probably like my biggest commission, because I sell them for about $120 depending on how detailed you want it. But they're custom made from epoxy resin.
That's awesome.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it takes like a month to make them.
Do you do like art shows or like fairs or anything else like that to sell those?
It's like craft fairs style, and I also like for the ones that want like custom, so like not just with the keychains that have like funny sayings on them, but like I can encapsulate your photo, or like a photo of your dog, or like a family, you know, saying or whatever. Like it's completely customizable. So then people like approach me either on the internet or at the fairs, and then we set up a timeline, and I make them and I ship them out. So we do craft fairs alongside my family, because I live on a farm, and we make jams and jellies. So like, as my mom's peddling her jams, you know, and she's selling her watermelon jam, like I'm like, here are my keychains. Here are these things. Here are the ways we can make it just for you. So that's kind of like what we've been doing with.
Dude, you know, you could sell those chessboards for a very, very much larger amount of money. You know that, right? Those epoxy chessboards, I've seen those going for like $300 all the way up to $500 for something like that. That is incredible. Like,
It makes me cry so much. Like, because if you fuck up one little pot, you have to like scrape the whole thing out, and it's like there's so much, like, there's so many opportunities to mess it up, and so many variability that it's like I could sell them for more, but then that will lower the amount of sales I get.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can understand that, but just don't sell yourself short, because those epoxy things, like you said, like they're so easy to mess up, and because of how much time you have to put into it, you should always just remember that your time is valuable. You know, like you should get paid well for something of that, like because people that play chess, they are very willing to spend the extra money to have something nice to play chess on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like, allegedly, I won't say because there may or may not be copyright infringement, but allegedly someone in the past had maybe received a Red Sox versus Yankees chessboard. And so like that was like their logo like on the board, and like the pieces with their alternating colors. And it's really cool, but it's just a lot, and epoxy is expensive. Like, it is not a cheap way to stop making your own merch. I do not recommend people be like, I want my own merch, let's just buy $300 worth of epoxy and fucking figure it out. Like, don't do that. I did that, but don't do that. Like, it's
So do you just make the chessboards, or do you also make the pieces?
Yeah, chessboard and pieces. And then I even I put proprietary ingredients on the inside of the chess pieces to make them heavier so that they feel good when you're moving them, because epoxy is fairly light. So you don't want something that is just going to blow away. Right. And then I think one time somebody asked to make it magnetic, and so that really upped the cost because the magnets and the board and the pieces were very expensive.
That's crazy though.
It's a lot of work that you're putting into that. That's really cool though. I like that. I've always wanted to have like some kind of tray or like something I could do that was like special like that, so I could like rake in, because yeah, I'm just not artistic. I don't have that creativity. I'm good at following directions. That's about it. But anywho, let me see. Yes, I know my mic is echoed, guys. I am trying to figure it out. I do not know why it's doing that, so we're just gonna have to ride with it for a little while. But thank you for letting us know. So just going into, we already talked about what made you start streaming, but what do you mostly find yourself playing these days on stream? What's the favorite games, the go-tos right now?
And explicitly variety. Every day and every stream is different. I will never play the same game 2 days in a row. I do have a setup where it's like yesterday was Tamriel Tuesday, so I played Skyrim on legendary mode with no mods on survival, and I play all my games on hard mode. I do not play on easy, not because I'm good at any games, but because I feel like it's not worth watching me if I'm gonna just take the easy route.
Yeah.
So I play everything on hard mode. But I guess the highlights of the favorite games that I've played from start to finish on stream have been the Metro Exodus series. Was super good, and I bawled my eyes out at the end of that series, and I was like, it's not fair, but I'm not gonna spoil it. The Far Cry 5 was like one of the best. I still hop on Far Cry just to go hunting. Like, I love it, and like you can hunt people, but I don't. I'm a good person. I just hunt like animals in that game.
Just animals. That's all. Well, that. I feel like variety streamers actually have like a lot more potential to reach a very large amount of audience compared to people that stream like just one game all the time. So being a streamer like that probably does you very well. My
423 games downloaded on my
423.
Xbox.
Oh my god, what kind of Xbox do you have? Do you have like the X?
Yeah, I have the Series X with a 10 terabyte external hard drive and a 1 terabyte internal memory card as well. But I just got my Series X last March on clearance at Staples for less than $300, and it's still under warranty.
No
People
way.
sleep on Staples. Okay, Staples has a whole gaming section. They first off, they treated me like I was like a legit streamer. Like they treated me like I was like famous. They were like, oh, you're doing this for streaming. Had like their own little like room for me to talk about it, and like set up like an account with them. Like Staples was very nice. It was very nice.
Hell yeah.
Dang, I wish I had a freaking Staples in my town. That's
oh yeah, I don't have one.
I almost bought two Xboxes because they were so cheap. Because I walked in there with $500 and they had a Series X and the Series S, and I could have got both for the $500, and I almost bought them both. But I was like, let's not be greedy. I don't need it. I'm going to leave it for somebody else who may really want to upgrade and, want to do so on a budget. I'm going to leave that for them. Yeah. But I had to get the X because I have like dozens of discs. So.
Yeah, I would have gotten the X, but I can't have discs because my daughter will destroy them. So there's no point in me having a disc drive, so I just have the S. But I've wanted the X for a while. I bought my brother at the X, but I was like, it was like $1,000 when I bought it. $300, that is a steal. That is awesome. I'm jealous. I'm very jealous. But like I said, we don't have a Staples, so that might be why I can never find it for that cheap. My camera mic. I don't think I have a camera mic. So we're gonna go into our tips tips part of here. So, of course, you know, being part of the Facebook group, we give a lot of tips to new streamers, kind of what's worked for us. It's always kind of helpful to people that are listening later on. What tips would you give to new streamers just coming in?
I would say advertise yourself. I spent the first 4 years of my streaming just hitting go live on Xbox, not advertising, not networking, not even enjoying anybody else's stream. Like, I'm gonna be real, like, I never even watched anybody else's stream prior to that. I just was like, this is what I want to do. I want to show these games. I'm gonna do this. But I doubled my followers in the first 6 months of advertising on Facebook. I went from 600 to 1200 easy, and now I'm riding at 2.2k. But I advertise myself in 300 Facebook groups and 300 plus Discords every time I go live. I advertise myself on every social media that I can. I have random, obscure, almost Facebook type social medias where every single post is just me with my link and what I'm playing every single time.
That's nuts.
300? Yeah. How do you post that many? Like, that's insane. Okay, like, how
well,
do you post on that many?
Discord rules. So like some Discords you have to be live when you advertise. So those are the last ones I advertise to. So I spend a good hour like posting, and you have to alternate between Facebook and Discord because Facebook has a cooldown or they will label you a bot. So I can only advertise like 10 Discord or 10 Facebooks, go like, I don't know, 20, 25 Discords. And then I'm like, all right, the timer's probably down again on Facebook, switch back to Facebook, and then go through the groups again and again and again. And then, I have other people that, like, you know, I support other people now, and I drop many emotes all over the place. Lots of people know me for emotes because, like, I've been gifted subscriptions just because they know that I'm going to post their emotes. Like, I spam emotes all the time. Yeah, so I'm constantly like everybody's emotes. Discords, everybody's things.
Yeah, you have some pretty awesome emotes, crazy. Honestly. I remember that from before. Like, I always liked your freaking emotes. They were freaking badass. But yeah, dude, advertisement and what she's meaning, guys, is basically promotion. She's promoting herself throughout all of these Facebook groups and these. Yeah. It's just another word for it, a less used term, but exactly the same thing. Advertisement, promotion, it's all the same.
I mean, just dropping my link places.
Yeah.
Like, I introduce myself, I say what I'm streaming, when I'm streaming it, and why I think that you should choose me to watch for this game every single time.
And as you should. Like, there's so many people on those Facebook groups that just put their link and that's it. And then expect everyone in that Facebook group to go check them out. But in reality, that's not how it works.
Nope.
If everyone just puts their link, no one's going to put it. Give people a reason why to check you out. Give people a reason to look at you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we preach all the time, Cake. Like, what has it been, like, 2 years now that we've been preaching this? Like y'all, we gotta give people a reason to want to come see you, because if you don't give them a reason to come see you, they're probably not going to click on your link. It's right. That simple. It really it's the hardest thing to get people to realize too. It's just craziness. But so
yes, goes also with people. Oh, hey, come check me out, or just something very small in their post. Hey, come vibe with me at this. Hey, come check me out at this. Like, people are still not gonna check you out. Do exactly what Angel does. She puts when she streams with specific time zones. Because I've seen a lot of posts, hey, come check me out, 7 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. what time zone? Could be Eastern, Western,
be
Central.
Mountain.
Yeah. Shit, it could be Australian time, all that we know. We don't know. We don't know exactly when people are going live.
Yeah, and especially if you're like talking about like if you're in England, or people in England are trying to watch you and you tell them like 7 p.m. and it's actually your time zone, and they log on at their time zone 7 p.m., you are long gone. You are not streaming anymore. There's no way they're going to catch you. So you have to be specific with those time zones.
And unfortunately, put what you're streaming, because some people only specifically watch like a certain game, watch certain kind of content. That's
like
reality.
I got a lot of new people with Ark because they were intrigued that it was my first time playing. I do a lot of first time playthroughs, so they were like, these are people who are seasoned in this game. And then I had my chat vote where I was gonna drop. So I'm on the hottest difficulty, alone on Ark in the scorched desert. Do you know how many times I'm like,
sure you probably died
hydrated in a puddle of water and like died. And then people like watched me for like 6 hours, and they were like, wow, after 6 hours she managed to figure out she needs some fucking clothes. Because listen, my mindset was like, if I wear clothes I'm gonna overheat, but that's not the case. You overheat even when you're naked.
Yep.
So took me a while, skill issue, but I got there.
Okay, you're talking to a avid Ark lover. Okay, I fucking love that game, and if you still play that, I would totally play with you on that. Just saying, because I'm always looking for people to play Ark with me. Just saying, just throwing that out there. Anyway.
Hey, I haven't. I just haven't touched it besides like one time.
Cake hates me secretly, guys. That's all that is. That he knows that I play Ark and he has the game and he's never asked me to play it. So that's just proof, and it's right there that he hates me. But anywho.
Yep, exactly. You said it, not me.
So let's stay on the topic of gaming. So let's go back and see. I like this question. What was the first video game you ever played? Very first. Can you?
It was the like Elmo game for N64, and I was like obsessed with it. I loved it so much.
Wait,
yeah, I don't know the name of it, but it was like I remember it on the cartridge had Elmo on the front.
Then like ABCs.
Yeah, maybe it might have been.
Hold on. Yeah, keep talking about it. I'm gonna find this.
Like it was so cool. I loved it. I felt like the graphics were so good on it. And then you look it up now, and I'm like, wow, that was like 2-bit. Like, the most memorable, like, I mean, as I got older, like my favorite N64 game was Majora's Mask. But I also liked. There was this one that's like I always forget the name of it. It was very obscure, and I could never find it, and I found it again randomly. I bought my high school boyfriend an N64 for his birthday, and I went to like this yard sale thing, and they happened to have this game, and it's like you are an alien, crashes onto Earth, and then like you have to possess different animals to achieve different things. Like, you have to possess a sheep in order to jump over the fence. Then you have to possess like a snake to like get underneath something else.
Yeah, what in the hell?
It was something
cool,
Silicon Valley.
No lie.
It was something called Silicon Valley.
I have to look into that. That would be fun. I would be cool. You know what that reminds me of? That Alien movie that they came out with. It was the writer of the Twilight series. It was Stephanie Meyer. She came out with this. The Host was what it was called, and it was like that, like they were like little souls that would possess like different creatures, and they like take over the world and stuff. It just reminds me of that, but that sounds like a super cool game. Honestly, I could get into that.
It was something about Silicon Valley was what it was called, and I think that was like a homage to like the tech people.
Yeah, that sounds. I like that. That sounds cool. I'm gonna have to look into that. Silicon Valley. So, okay, Cake, I'm gonna need you to take the reins for a minute because I lost my place and I don't remember where it was, so.
It's okay, AD's the biggest thing. So, you've been streaming for a while, you promote yourself, you advertise, you do all that things. So what is the hardest thing about streaming for you?
Proving to others that I am more than being a female. I find it so much easier for a man to stream, and I know this is controversial, but like, if somebody follows you, Cake, they're following you because you're funny or they like your content. They follow me, and I have to wonder if they want to fuck me.
That's very true.
Like, I have to be like, is my content good? Or do they like the games I'm playing? Or is it because I'm a girl?
I feel
there are a lot of thirsty guys out there in the streaming community.
That's the most difficult thing for me. Like, I feel like I'm not taken seriously. And when someone's like, you're a Twitch streamer? Oh, well, like, how low cut is your shirt? And I'm like, dude, like, I didn't even use a camera until I hit over 1,000 followers. Not a single, like,
that's very true. You recently just started using a camera.
Yeah, because I'm pledged to my community, and so I was like, fine, I will. But like, I feel like I was worried it would take away from what I was trying to express with the games.
Yeah, I hear that. And you know, it's funny because it's not something that you would normally hear someone, it's usually the opposite, you know, like it's usually people saying, oh, well, if I am a female and I'm on stream, then, you know, they're just gonna come in because well, I guess it's the same. I don't know where I was going with that. Okay, so y'all have to excuse me, I'm still recovering my brain from my latest ventures, so I'm gonna let Kate keep on taking the reins here.
It's okay. Yeah, just sit back, relax. You just keep listening, because she actually had some good points. And you do make a good point. Being a female streamer, a lot of females would actually eat that shit up. They actually...
I would watch for you, how you say that. You're gonna piss someone off.
No.
A lot of females would eat that up.
Well, shit.
Well, yeah, like sex sells, and I get that. But like both
100%.
genders do that. Like how many male streamers you know do shirtless push-ups for bits?
Ooh.
How many male streamers do you know will dress up like a cat girl and hump an inflatable for money? But it's okay because it's made in satire. Like it's the same thing. Both genders are guilty of the same thing.
It is mostly when people think of sexist Twitch streamers, they don't really think of men though.
No, they don't, because it's socially acceptable.
Yes, 112%. Because I've seen so many just chatting streamers, and I could think about this one girl specifically, where she was not wearing a shirt whatsoever. She only had like paint covering up just her nipples, and that's it.
Yeah. And like, we'll even put it in perspective of like, even if you take away the communities, right? Twitch treats them differently.
Oh,
now,
100%.
like I'd got a 30-day ban because a bird tweeted outside my window, and Nat Geo said that they copyright own that bird tweet, and someone else got the same 30-day punishment for sleeping or fornicating with their partner on camera, live on Twitch.
I'm never hearing
about that. We got a 30-day ban. So the same punishment for two wildly different issues. Yeah. So it's like, how if we can't even expect our communities or our viewers to do better than what Twitch is saying is okay and not okay.
No, and it was like a year or so ago where someone had a webcam specifically aimed right at her butthole, and that was it. Had a face cam and then an asshole cam.
Yeah.
But
why?
Because Twitch makes a profit out of it. They won't punish that because they are making the profit out of it.
I mean, I wouldn't call it beef because she's beneath me, but this lady tried to cause problems with me over the summer, right? And then I was like, I've responded politely every single time because I know that if I respond, the one time I respond meanly, it's gonna be an issue, and I'm gonna be very mean. Like, I wake up and I choose to be kind. That doesn't mean that I am incapable of being unkind. And after months and months and months of shit, I got sick of it, and I was like, yo, like, what is your issue with me? And then she ended up banning me from the Discord after I boosted, the same day I boosted her Discord. I got banned. And then she turned around and says, oh, well, Defiant Angel is only getting the views and the follows she gets because she is like being inappropriate with her viewers. And then I find out that for every when you subscribe to her on Twitch, do you know what you get? Access to her catalog of explicit photos. So for $5.99, you get every photo of her unclothed that she ever has. But yet I'm being inappropriate with my viewers.
Or one of your Amazon Prime free subscriptions.
Yeah, and even then, break it down. You only get $2.50 from every subscription. So you're saying that your value is $2.50.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But I'm the Twitch hussy. Okay.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I can't even with that one. I can't.
And I'm not gonna name drop because I like, God bless her, and I hope she does better for herself. But it was mind-boggling to me because anybody could spend 10 minutes in my chat and know that's not what I'm about.
No. Again, you recently just put on your webcam.
Yeah.
Like, probably like a month or so ago.
I've been consistent about a month and a half, maybe 2 months now.
Right.
But I turned on my camera probably the summertime. Probably like July, August. But I was not consistent with it because the first time I turned on my camera, I got viewers, first-time chatters going, "Why are you wearing clothes?"
No way.
Fuck?
Genuinely, why are you wearing clothes? And I have to screenshot in one of my Facebook group chats. I'll probably dig and find it later. But where somebody else was like, you sounded hot, but now that your camera's on, you're actually really ugly. I'm gonna unfollow. And I'm like, if you followed me for those reasons, you're following me for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've gotten other comments like, why aren't you dressed more sexy? And like at the time, I was in like a hoodie and like my favorite fuzzy pajama pants. They're like SpongeBob. And I'm like, you don't think my SpongeBob pants are sexy?
I do.
What should I be wearing then? Let me know. What should I be wearing? And then they were silent. They had nothing to say. And I'm like, listen, there are plenty of people who do the content that you are looking for. And they keep them all in a separate box called the hot tub streams. You can go there and not have to heckle people who don't do that content. You don't see me going to like a Dead by Daylight streamer and be like, why the fuck aren't you playing Skyrim? How dare you? If you're looking for Skyrim, you go to that place. If you're looking for somebody less clothed, you go to the proper place. Every woman that I see getting heckled on Twitch has always been the kind that does not have that niche community. It's nobody ever goes to Amaranth and goes, "You're such a whore."
Oh no,
and if you do,
they get banned real quick.
But if they do, it gets like immediately taken down and everything else. You know what I mean? Like people go to modest streamers or whatever, and then they try to like demean them for choosing a different path. And I'm not saying it's the right or wrong. I think you should stream however you want to stream. But I have to think about my 5-year-old son. So am I gonna dance around half naked for, I don't know, 1,500 bits, and then in 5 years when he's in middle school have him get bullied and made fun of for it, have a screenshot of me twerking on a stuffed animal gonna be taped to his locker? Like, I have to think about how I want to present myself and the longevity of things.
Yep.
That's a great way of thinking. And not a lot of people think like that. Clearly, go look at the just chatting, and probably even top 3, top 5 are just kind of shaking their ass on their stuffed animals, like you just said.
That's just weird. I'm sorry. I'm really glad that I have not seen these dark corners of Twitch, because like I don't understand it, bro. Like, I really don't.
Nope.
And I'm the last person to judge on anyone about what they do in any way. Believe me, especially after the bout I just had for the last 9 months, I am the last person. But at the same time, there is a point where you have to be like, what do you have to think of yourself to put that kind of content out and have people attracted to your stream for just that reason? Like, I feel like we get a lot more out of our streams being content creators that put ourselves out there with respect for ourselves than people that have no respect for themselves putting out all of these things that are truly embarrassing if they do have kids. I mean, that is a great point that you made. Like, my daughter goes to school every day and talks to people about what she sees on streams. What happens if I do something on stream that she's embarrassed about and someone comes to school and says, "Oh, well, we saw your mom on Twitch the other day and she was doing this." Yep. Like, my daughter would be mortified, and that would absolutely create
my son doesn't think I'm cool. My son thinks that I'm a loser because I'm not a YouTuber. that I am a Twitch streamer, and he's like, you will not make it unless you're a YouTuber. It's all about YouTube. And
my daughter
I'm
loves
so uncool.
My daughter thinks it's like the coolest. She's like, Mom, when am I gonna get a Twitch account? I'm like, when you're 13, when it's legal for you to have a Twitch account. She's like, okay, well, I think you should let me stream on your stream. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you keep thinking that. I will be bringing the junior stream back, I think, though. I don't know. We're talking about it, but yeah, no. I really like that.
Self-respect is needed for sure.
And I've even gotten flack from other creators. Like, it's not even just viewers. Like, I had a gentleman that I was trying to collab with, and he got flirty, and then it was like, listen, like, let's be in a long distance relationship. And I was like, sir, one, I just met you. Like, two, like what? And then he was like, yeah, but like, let's just be like official like now, and then like in 6 months we can like meet up and like immediately fornicate, and because you'd be mine and I expect you to be exclusive to me, though we will have like no time. And I was like, listen, I back up, like, one, I don't think we can collab anymore, and two, like, I'm just not like interested in that way. Like, I appreciate that you like find me attractive and that you want to build something with me, but one, you're a stranger, two, I'm in no rush to build anything with anybody. Like, I am all set. And then he jumped in my chat when I was live later, and yes, I get, like, I feel like some of it is satire. There's a lot of like my actual friends, they'll like jokingly like flirt or say something, but it's like, I know them, I know they're not being serious, right?
Right, absolutely.
And then he got so upset over it that he was like, you didn't say no to me because you didn't like me. You're being strategically single for your chat, and that's disgusting. And I was like, whoa, guy, what are you talking about? Like, are you serious? Because I said no thank you, then I must be like seducing my entire Twitch chat at all times?
Absolutely.
Like, and then I was like, and even if that was the case, I wouldn't have to be strategically single. I'm like, Amaranth is married and people don't give a fuck. I'm like, there are plenty of people who are blatantly in relationships and nobody cares. They will still either hit on you or not hit on you. So it's like, I'm not saying no to your proposal to look more available. Like, that shit wouldn't matter. No matter how available or not available you are, people will approach you the way they want to approach you.
Yeah.
Jesus
that is true.
Christ.
That's ridiculous, though. Oh my goodness.
I think it hurts me that I'm single.
Anyway, let's kind of get back on track, because we went down a rabbit hole in that one.
I apologize.
I'm just gonna shut up for a minute, because I'm gonna be the perpetrator of those rabbit holes if I don't.
Yeah, and that's why I'm being the bigger man and
take the
kind of
reins.
Absolutely. Let's stir us back into the interview podcast because I think we could have actually went on a whole lot longer with that. So maybe
nice
that can be maybe we can go a little bit longer in another podcast. I don't know. We can definitely talk about that. But I've also been kind of curious. How did you get your name?
Oh, see, I got my name before I was a streamer. So when I got my Xbox, first off, like, I never had, the only social media I had prior to graduating high school was Facebook. And so that's why all of my handles are all Defiant Angel, because I didn't have to switch anything over. So I sat down and I really thought about what I wanted my gamer tag to be. And I said, how do I want to represent myself? What do I want? How can I convey what kind of person I am in my name? Because names are powerful, names are important. And I went with like Angel because I choose to be the good I wish to see in the world. That is something that I try to do. I put Defiant because like I don't listen all that well, and I do tend to be very opinionated, and I'm very loud with my opinions. I'm not afraid of saying my opinions. And so I'm not like disrespectful, but I am definitely defiant. And then Princess for Twitch. So my handle on most things are Defiant Angel. And then I dropped the numbers from my gamer tag because I wanted to be, I didn't want to exclude or like a certain group of people or be labeled a certain thing. So I dropped the numbers, and I added princess to Twitch because that is actually what my government name means. My government name, first name, means princess, and so it's kind of like an Easter egg to put the princess thing there. And I've gotten a lot of like comments about like, they're like, oh, it's too long, this and that. I'm like, I would never change it. Like Defining as a Princess is it's been that way for a decade now, because I'm 28 now. And it's just a little nugget of like, oh, because I'm proud of my government name and I'm happy with my government name, but I want that privacy. Like I don't go by my government name. I don't really like other people knowing my name, but not because I'm ashamed of my name, but just because it's like how Dolly Parton isn't actually blonde. She just wears wigs so that when she goes out without her wig, her and her husband can enjoy coffee and she can go out to dinner and not be harassed. And like, obviously I'm not like famous, but ideally I would like to be like a well-known name someday. And I still would want that like privacy. I still would want to be able to not be fearful over like who, if they already know whereabouts I'm from, if they knew my name. I mean, I had to change I support the veterans, right? And my mom's a veteran. A lot of people in my family are veterans. So we volunteer at the Veteran Center every week. I had it set in my Twitch where like you could support that specific Veteran Center. The Veteran Center that used to babysit me so my mom could work 3-4 jobs after my dad died, you know? But the issue with that is, since that is the Veterans Association of my county, now instead of a region of 6 states, it's now this county of where I live. And they know that I volunteer there. And I had a person go in there and ask for me. Walk into the building and ask for me. Luckily, I was not there. Do I know? They probably had good intentions. But I don't know that.
You never know.
I don't want to subject my family to that or me to that. And so I took that off, and now I support, it's called The Mission Continues. It's a national organization, and they give over 85% of all donations to the specific programs, to the veterans. Is one of the highest ratio of what your money will actually do for the veteran community.
That's crazy.
So I just switched it, because I was like, clearly, we can't have nice things.
Absolutely.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same way. Like, obviously, you don't want to put specifically where you're from, because for that exact reason. If someone is close by or gonna be close by, they might try to hunt you down, and who knows?
Like
who
you or
knows
hate
after that.
It's a risk.
Well, see, and I feel like it's even more so when you have kids too, you know, because you not only have to realize that they could find you, but they could find out where your kids are. They could find, I mean, there are great people on the internet, but there are some bad people on the internet, and there are some bad circles and bad rings, and you know, they look for people to make those mistakes. And so, yeah, anonymity on the internet is an absolute must, especially when you have kids and you're a woman, and there's just so many things that could go bad because you don't always know people's intentions, and there are too many people in this world with very, very bad intentions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous for men too. Like, there are crazy. I mean, there were dozens of instances where like this Thad something in Wisconsin, that poor kid, 22 years old, freaking massacred, and his mom found his head from his girlfriend. His girlfriend murdered him and cut off his head, and his mother had to find him. Like, it is dangerous for anybody in this world, and it's just such a shame that like people, especially if you're, I mean, I'm not saying it happens in my community necessarily, but like there are definitely people who either subscribe or give bits or even just are a viewer, and then they feel entitled to like knowing where you live, knowing your name, knowing these things. I'm like, I am allowed, like, I appreciate the support and I appreciate that you like my content, but I'm still allowed to have my privacy.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Everyone is entitled to their privacy up to a certain extent. If like you commit a crime or like the intent to commit a crime, you don't deserve any sort of privacy. but majority of people, yeah, you deserve all your privacy because it's your life. If you want your life to be out there, you be posting about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem with social media. Everyone feels like they have to post everything about everything that they do wherever they're at, regardless of what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. On that, you know, there's a degree where I would say, yeah, don't post about everything. But then at the same time, we also go back into the same such situations and tell people, hey, if you want to get big on social media, you need to post. You need to post regularly. You need to post and make sure that, you know, you're giving people things that are relatable, you know, be relevant, all that jazz. So I feel like it's just a matter of what content type you put out there. Like, don't tell me you're gonna get a soda at 12 o'clock. Like, I don't give a fuck. But like, you know, if you have some kind of profound epiphany that you want to share with the world that, you know, people might feel like, oh yeah, that I can relate with that, then yeah, post that shit. But I don't know. It's a very fickle subject there in social
Well,
media.
you can express
I feel
yourself.
like, you know.
You can express yourself, and you can be relatable without, you know, confessing your life on the internet. And it's also good in terms of not even just like advertising wise, but it's also good like for accountability. If you say, hey, I'm not going to drink soda anymore, and then I post a selfie with a Coke in my hand, like, you know, like there's a sense of
yourself.
You know.
Yeah.
Just like people can notice the difference. Like my Facebook, I've had like since I was a kid. So there are photos of me from straight like middle school. There's lots of photos of my son and my family. So my privacy settings, like if I'm friends with you on Facebook, it's because I trust you with pictures of my son. Versus my Instagram, it's 100% public, but you'll never see a picture of my son on there.
No.
You'll never see a picture of like my house or like a license plate or anything like that, you know, like
Hey,
but you will see like pictures of me or like content and videos and whatever.
We do have a question from the chat. I went ahead and pinned it to the top if you want to go ahead and address that just real quick for Osmosis or Osmosis Ghost. Yeah. I forgive me, chat.
In terms of blocking, can you put the little drop down so I can see?
Yeah.
Blocking if they get too bad. What steps to take to keep them away from you?
So the question is, how do you deal with people in terms of blocking if they get too bad? What steps do you keep them away from you?
So I think he means like the people that come out and like have come to like try to see you at this building or like. Yes, I know I have an echo. Thank you, disaster. Anyway, the people that come out and try to and see you outside of streaming, like if you block them, of course they've already come to the building once, you know, so they already know that you're there. What steps do you take to keep them away from you further than blocking them on Twitch?
Well, first off, if I block you on Twitch, then you have done something egregious, because I will just continuously time you out and just let you sit and stew. Like I don't care. Like I will let you be that one viewer. Thanks for supporting me. Like even if you're like try to hate raid me, like you will just not be allowed to type, but you'll be able to sit there and watch me be happy. That's not a problem. But in terms of like blocking somebody from like invading me, I try to be nice about it. Like I had a gentleman who sold his house and packed up everything he had into an RV and say that he was going to drive from Georgia and come live in my yard. And I was like, what? No. Well, absolutely not. And he was like, oh, but you know, it's going to be like so great. And I want to make a new life. And I straight up was like, well, South Dakota has no income tax and they will pay you to move there. And you say you're a carpenter. So like they will literally like set you up wicked good. Like that's a better move for you. And two, like I have no idea where this came from. This was not like a stream thing. It was just an Xbox thing. Cause I was part of a gaming community. And so it was a large community where everybody gamed together and stuff. And I didn't realize how much he liked me, I guess. I didn't get it. And I just was like very polite about like, this is not viable, this is not realistic, you deserve someone who will like you in that way and who you can build with, and I'm not that person, unfortunately. Like I get that you want me to be that person, but you can't force things, and I think that'd be best for you to make like an alternative decision. And then he took it nicely for a little while, but then eventually I just had to cut contact and block him on all platforms because it just didn't stop.
Yeah. Basically, don't be afraid to block people, because that one bad apple in the chat or in the community could ruin the whole bunch.
Yeah.
And that
but I was
really
being nice about it, because you don't want somebody to with like a vendetta. You don't want somebody being like, she is not an angel and I'm gonna show the world, and then all of a sudden my head is fucking in a bucket, you know. So
Divine Devil Princess.
Divine Devil Princess.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
that's your other channel, right? Of you just being absolutely mean and zero sense of, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wear a short blonde wig, so that's like exact opposite.
So going all Hannah Montana on them. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Hannah Montana, oh lord.
Wonderful. So I'm curious. A lot of people have dream sponsorships. Could be energy drinks, could be just whatever. So what is your dream sponsorship that you would accept?
Oh, I've already applied several times, and I know they're sick of hearing from me, but I won't give up. So Hasbro Gaming, they are based in New England. I'm from New England. They're from New England. When I was a kid, I had a traumatic injury, and Hasbro Children's Hospital saved my life, like genuinely saved my life. I would be dead otherwise. I lost half the blood in my body, and they were like, we don't know how you're awake. And I was like, I don't know, fix me please. Right. And I used to do board game night like every week on Thursdays. I've kind of retired it because there's been not a lot of players. The viewership's always been good, but it's hard to find people to play. And like Monopoly, I've bought Monopoly like over 30 times for different people on Xbox. So I've invested plenty, and I love Hasbro games. All of their games like are a bop on Xbox. And so I'm like, listen, like I have bought your games more times than anybody else. Like I gift the game to people. I play it every week. Like I am from the same area. I think we'd be a great partnership. And then they look at my, my algorithm and my statistics, and they're like, that's nice you think that way, and they move on with their life. But yeah, my dream partnership would definitely be with Hasbro Gaming. So like, anytime they want to like remember that they saved my life and could save my career too, like they can.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Really good. And it actually has some personal meaning behind it too, so it definitely puts a little cherry on top of that. So that's a really good answer.
They can prove it. Like they know I'm not like lying. Like they can go into the records and be like, huh, we did bill her for saving her life like 15 years ago. Like
well, maybe you should put that in the application.
Yeah, right.
You saved my life. Look at my records.
I'll just have to tweet at them publicly and publicly shame them until they do it.
Yeah, that'll get your way.
Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did that to Capital One Bank, and I got a call from their PR about 10 hours later. They actually wanted to figure out, because I don't even have that much of a followership, but they fucking called me and were like, hey, what's going on?
Can you take that down?
No kidding.
I was like, no, I'm not even lying, dude. Like Capital One actually reached out to me because I was pissed off about something that happened with my account, and I got on Twitter and I tagged them in a post and I just ripped their shit, and they contacted me and were like, hey, we just wanted to see if there's anything we can do to get you to take that down. If you guys look at my Twitter, it's still fucking there, so they didn't do shit. But yeah, that shit works. It's kind of crazy.
So you're hearing that right now, chat. If a company pisses you off, put it on Twitter.
Yeah. Bully
Make sure
them on
you
Twitter.
tag them because that shows up on their news feed, okay? That's the key right there. If you don't tag them, they don't give a fuck. But when you tag them and that ends up on their news feed and on their page.
Yeah, tag the news too, just to be safe. Do like hashtag Fox News.
Like,
Oh,
yo, move around, guys. Move around.
Huh. We're all over the place on this podcast, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We are all over the place. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I completely lost where we were on the questions. I'm not even looking at them anymore. So
Hey, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm all still in control of this little thing, so I will again take the reins from here. So earlier you did talk about collabing and everything else like that, which is a phenomenal way of networking and help getting your names out there. If you guys have not done any kind of collaboration or co-streaming or whatever, however you want to call it, it's amazing. So for you, Angel,
with Nocturnal Wolf Dog on Twitch.
Shout out to Wolf Dog. But anyway, some people actually look up to certain streamers to do collaborations with. So who is your streamer that you would like to collaborate with one day?
Ooh, I have his hat. Hold on, let me show you.
Okay,
Oh,
while she
geez,
gets
I didn't know
that,
it.
can I just say I just figured out that the echo thing was a setting on my microphone that I did not know about. So I hope that I just fixed that. Just throwing that out there.
Yes, you did.
Okay, cool. Anyway.
Okay, well, a dream
Only an hour
collab
in,
for
but that's
me.
fine.
A dream collaboration for me, and believe me, when I post this shit on YouTube, I'm gonna be tagging him, so like, he knows. His name is Joey Nato, and he is also from New England. He is from the great state of Connecticut. He is a rapper. He is a music producer. He streams like Elden Ring and anime reactions on Twitch, and I freaking huge fan. But I even like bought his hat, and I made him sign it. You can't
made
see
him
it
like you held him down and made him sign it.
No, like, okay, so
Okay.
first off, he follows me on Twitch, and I thought he was going to like unfollow, because here's how it happened. He was playing Elden Ring and he kept dying, and he was like, this time for sure, and then I was like, hey, you want to make a bet? And he was like, first off, I love that he says my full name every time he talks. So some people call me Dap, some people call me Defiant, some people call me Angel, some people call me Princess, but every time he addresses me, he goes, Defiant Angel Princess. So he's like, Defiant Angel Princess, I'll take a bet. What's your bet? I was like, if you win, I'll subscribe to you. But if you lose, you gotta follow me on Twitch.
No
And he
shit.
lost. And he followed me. And I like I've never screenshot something so fast in my life, because like, he's definitely gonna unfollow me. So I'm gonna screenshot as proof that he followed me, right? And he never unfollowed me. And like, every once in a while, like maybe like, you know, once every 10 months or so, like he'll pop in my chat. And it's like having Beyonce in my chat. I'm like, oh my god, like I never know what to do. I'm like, oh geez, it's you again, Joey, ah.
Oh my god.
And fucking,
So
and then I forced him to sign this hat because he was pushing his merch on his Twitch, and he wanted somebody to buy a hat, and I was like, listen, I'll buy a hat, but you gotta sign it. And he was like, I'll sign it to Find Angel Princess. And I was like, for real? And then like, I ordered the hat, and in the notes I was like, you promised that you would sign this hat for me? And like, I haven't taken it out of the plastic because I won't take it out of the plastic. It sits on my shelf. And I even like kept the box that like it has like my government name on it and shit. Like it's Wow. So Joey Nato on Twitch is definitely like my dream collab ever. And you know, if him or Hasbro would call me back, life would be good.
That'd be great.
I love that. That's awesome.
I like quote his songs to him. I quote his songs to other people. Like, it's bad.
Yeah, we had Grayson. Oh, what was his last name?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Something with a J, wasn't it?
Why am I blanking on his name? But yeah, he's a Twitch partner who also makes merch, and he's a country singer.
Yeah,
Who
he's a good one.
Dude, he was so chill.
Mm-hmm.
He was so chill, and I see him going live every once in a while, and his posts on Facebook and everything, and then I still remember I need to get some of his merch as well and have him sign it, and he actually gave me permission to use his music on my stream, so it's super chill. He's a very cool guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. He was a real fun one to have on for sure, and he's just Grayson Rogers. That's what his name was.
Yep,
Grayson Rogers.
Yeah,
Grayson, he is like for someone who is quite the following that he does, being a country music artist as well as on Twitch, as well as on pretty much every other platform, Kick, everything. He was very humble and very like down to earth, not like, I don't know. I get kind of a bad feeling from most people that have a little taste of, popularity. I feel like sometimes it can turn people into not so genuine people, but he was a very genuine, very, very nice guy. I really liked having him on.
Yeah, 100%. So we got a couple more questions to go, but this is a great time so far.
Hell yeah, this is always a fun time.
I forgot how much fun these podcasts are, so we definitely gotta try to get some more people involved. So when you started Twitch and everything, you probably didn't know anything, just like everybody else. So if you were to talk to that person, the one that first pushed go live, what would be the number one tip that you would give that person?
The number one tip that I would give myself at the start of my Twitch?
Yes.
Stop streaming for 15 fucking hours when you're unaffiliated.
Oh my god, 15 hours?
Dude, to get my 100th followers, I streamed a 24-hour stream.
Wasn't it
like I was
hours?
regularly streaming 12 to 15 hours. Like I would work like 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., get home, be live for like 12:30, 1 a.m., and then stream until like 10, 11 a.m., pass out, wake up at 2, go back to work, and do it all over again.
Jeez.
Stream 7 days a week?
Yeah, I mean, I still do for the most part, but like, I've definitely, I mean, it's different now that I'm affiliated, but like, I'm talking like unaffiliated, like there ain't no reason to be live that fucking long, okay?
Yeah, but I think that's a mistake that a lot of people make, because they think in their head, they're like, well, the longer I'm on, the more people I'll get, and it doesn't work that way. And because it's an average, they're actually killing their numbers and making affiliations so much harder to achieve.
Yeah. And I would tell myself to get a laptop sooner, because like I said, I used to just go live on Xbox and not even be able to see my chat, like, at all. I would just be like, well, if you like it, you like it. Like, there'd be no camera, no chat, no bot, no moderator, no nothing.
Yeah,
like,
that's how a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I personally started pushing go live on my PS4 playing Overwatch in college. That's how I got started. And now look, dual monitor, PC, nice. I got some nice shit now.
God, I still remember when you were on laptop and you had your PS5 and that was it. I used to be like, Cake, when are you gonna get a PC, man?
Yeah, that's true.
You finally got there. It only took 2 years.
Oh my god.
I won't do it. So many people want me to switch to PC. Listen, if I switch to PC, then the $3,000 I spent for the last 10 years on every fucking video game, every subscription, everything is down the drain. I have to rebuy GTA for the 7th time.
No, just get a capture card, bro. Just get a I have my Xbox. My Xbox is hooked up to my PC, and I have a stream thing on here, and I can switch over to my capture card anytime I want to and play my Xbox, or I can stay on PC and play Like, girl, you can still play all your games. You can keep your Xbox.
Oh my God, but just like my moderator. One of my moderators, like, he switched to PC. Now he has 2 monitors, and he fucking gave his Xbox away. Every streamer I know that bought a PC, they don't touch their Xbox no more.
Nope.
They're never gonna be my Xbox patties.
Yep.
I
got my
will
PlayStation.
keep my Xbox for my whole entire life. I don't give a fuck. There is no way this thing is coming off of my desk. I am an Xbox girl for life. But
Xbox exclusive.
PlayStation.
Oh, and Deceptive Outlaw, I wanted to give a shout out to him because he is watching. He's like an actual like Xbox friends of mine, and he doesn't even show up to my streams, okay? And he is here right now watching this podcast.
Yo, that's awesome. Hey, that's always nice to see support like that, dude. It's awesome. In the streaming community, I feel like a lot of people in the streaming community can be a little self-centered on their stream, which is, I mean, understandable when you're trying so hard to make it, but to see people go out and support each other is just, I love it. I love seeing that.
Yep. 100%. All right. It is time for my favorite question. I love this question.
I know which one this is.
Hell yeah. So there are a lot of streamers out there, and a lot of them do a lot of things that doesn't keep people in their streams. So for you, what is the red flag that makes you turn off someone's stream?
Follower only chat.
Fair.
Yep.
If I have to follow you and I have to give you something for you to open up a dialogue with me, I'm all set.
Yep.
Same.
Dude, same.
Yep.
Like a lot of them don't know that they have it. So if I'm feeling generous and everything, I'll follow them. Hey, do you know you have followers only chat on? Yeah, I do. It helps keeps the bots out, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, it keeps the bots out, but it also keeps everyone else out too.
It doesn't keep the bots out because bots can follow too.
Oh,
that's why every like 200 followers or whatever, I use Commander Root, and I go through and I delete bot follows. Like my entire 2.2K are real people. And I make sure of that.
Yeah. People don't know that.
I wonder if my Commander Root is still in there. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, that is one of my big red flags too. There are so many people with that. But then again, some people don't know that they have it on, and they don't know how to turn it off. So I tell them how to turn it off and make sure that they can do it.
Yeah, I've had many streamers have the same issue. They don't know that it's on.
Yeah, because it is a big red flag for a lot of people.
Yep.
I think a lot of people that we've personally interviewed, one of their things is followers only or subscribers only chat.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest ick from a viewer, like when I'm streaming though, like my biggest ick from a viewer, like to flip it, is when they're like first time chatter and they're like, I see you're playing Fortnite. Can you give me a skin?
What?
Can you give me something? Can you give me a subscription? Can somebody give me a sub? I don't want ads. Like, can you give me a sub? Can I get a Fortnite skin? I know you don't know me, and I know this is the first time that I'm talking in your chat, but like, can we play together? And can you give me a skin? And I'm like, no.
People, man. Some people
maybe in a giveaway in fucking 10 months if you remember that I exist. Like fucking
Yep. Instant unfollow and then go try to scam some other person and another bullshit like that.
God. The nerve of some people though. I have never had anyone come in my chat and ask me to gift anything, but like if they did, I don't even know what I would say. I would just be like, wow, that's a lot of balls right there. That's
I'd be nice about it. I'm like, oh well, I would like to, but that's not really my thing. But you can use my creator code to find an angel and get yourself a skin. They don't really like that.
That's okay. Vic, it is time for your favorite question now.
Okay, so I'm going to remind you that I've done quite a bit of damage to my brain in the recent months. I don't remember what my favorite question was.
That's why I sent you the questions beforehand. It is the
Hang on.
Second one from the bottom.
Oh, okay. I remember this one now. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay.
There you go. Welcome back.
If y'all want to catch me later, I'll explain everything then. But just
Off podcast.
help me for a minute. Okay. So let's say you are on a deserted island. Okay. You have every console, PC, whatever is available to you on this island. Okay, but you can only bring 3 games. And you are going to be on this island for a long time. Okay, I'm just going to throw that out there. What 3 games would you choose?
First off, it would have to be disc games, so like use the light to get a fire going. For the,
Oh my
for the
god.
record.
No one's ever come up with that, so that's great. Yeah, okay.
Like
All
that.
right.
I mean, I'm gonna be cold as fuck. Okay, I don't care what kind of island it is. It gets cold.
I mean, if you have electricity to run the PCs and
Okay,
the
so if I have like a
consoles,
cabin, Wi-Fi, electricity.
Yeah.
When am I moving in? Thank you.
True.
But I would pick for sure Skyrim, and that's just because there's just so much you could do in it at all times. I would definitely I'd have to do Sly Cooper for the nostalgia, and I really like that. I really enjoy Sly Cooper. In fact, I hooked up my PlayStation 2, and a good friend of mine has given me like 50 PlayStation 2 discs. He mailed it to me.
Oh, geez.
And so I have Sly now, and I've been avoiding it, not because I don't want to, but because I don't want to get sucked in. And so I have other games I'm gonna play first, and I've just been every time I'm like, but I can play this. So yeah, definitely. So Skyrim, Sly Cooper.
She's like, my precious.
And
my precious.
I'm gonna go with Zelda Majora's Mask because I miss Nintendo. As somebody who has not had access to Nintendo since I committed to Xbox, I'm gonna have to go with that.
Nice. Okay, so I've played none of those games, but I'm gonna take your word on them being really great games, and I'm gonna say those sound like strong choices.
You gotta play Skyrim.
No, I haven't ever played Skyrim. I have the game too, is what's crazy. I have the game. Never played it.
Please play it.
I'm gonna get to it. Okay, so I'm still easing myself back into things, and I have a plethora of games that I need to play.
Plethora.
Yes, like a lot. That means a lot,
That is a
Cake.
big
That
word
might
for
be a big
Elmo.
word for you. I'm sorry.
That is a big word for Elmo.
But all right. Well, I think
It's a game that you can forget the world in. Like that's a game like I played.
use those types of games right now.
I played Skyrim all throughout high school, and I had it on like a zip drive, right? So like I would go to like either my boyfriend's house or my friends' houses, and I would play their Skyrim with my thumb drive and play on my account. And like I played like no other video game for like 3 years, like nothing else.
Dang, that must be a good game then. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
that
an
sounds
open world game.
Mhm.
The path you choose depends on the choices you make, and it's completely like nobody will have the exact same experience in that game. And that game's been out for fucking what, like 10-15 years now,
No,
and it's
longer.
still longer than that. Like it's still a top game, and it's forever. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
get there's dragons in the game, a spoiler.
Mhm.
And I want to get the 2 main dragons, Aldwin and Pathanax. Like they're gonna be tattooed on my back to go alongside my Naruto tattoo that's already on my back to represent like the good and evil of the world.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's how important
awesome.
that game is.
That's awesome. I'll have to look into it. I have it on Steam. I just haven't played it yet. But okay, I'm gonna need Blay to get out of my chat with that age shaming stuff though. Okay, I had floppy disks when I was a child, so fuck you and your young ass like little booty.
I still
okay?
have a floppy disk that I'm doing a giveaway with.
Are you really?
Yeah, so my aunt took she found it in storage, and she was like, and when I say aunt, like my mom is an only child, so all my aunts and uncles are my great aunts and uncles. So this woman's, up there, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, ain't this the game that you are always talking about? And it is a first edition Jackbox game from 1998 on a fucking floppy disk.
Oh yeah.
my
And,
god.
like, it's never been opened. It's still in the plastic, and like I've been waiting to try to give it away for years now. But the qualifications for that particular giveaway is that there has to be 100 followers, not just viewers, but 100 followers in the chat at the same time, and then one of those followers will get it.
Dang. That's gonna take a while to probably achieve.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have that
you know,
until
that's
awesome.
That's awesome. But we are towards the end of our are we done with all the questions, Cake?
Actually, I got one final question.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
So,
Scratch that.
you and I have kind of talked about it before, but do you have any interest into going to TwitchCon ever?
Oh Lord.
You mean going again?
No, just
Because right here is my TwitchCon pass. Because I'd gone to TwitchCon in 2022. My wonderful community paid for the entire thing. They paid for my flight. They paid for my hotel. They paid for my ticket. They actually collabed with a gentleman called Soul Panda, but he actually recently had to delete his Twitch account. He'll be making a new one. Because like if you're not a creator, you can't buy the TwitchCon ticket as a creator. So he, as a creator, like went and like signed me up, and it was all a big secret. And they announced it because TwitchCon happens every year the same week as my birthday. So essentially, like for my birthday in 2022, they flew me across the country because I'm from New England and TwitchCon's in California.
Yeah.
So they flew me across the country, and I stayed out in California for 2 weeks, even though TwitchCon's only like 3 or 4 days.
4 days.
And I'm very grateful. And because I was affiliate, I got this purse for free at TwitchCon. They gave it to all the affiliates, and it came with like a goodie bag, and it had all these different things in it.
That's awesome.
If you're a partner, you get like cooler things, but I was just happy to like participate.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought all of my merch that I talked about earlier, all the keychains and stuff. And I actually were giving, like, I sell my keychains everywhere. Like my best seller is like the cunt pass, so it has cunt across it, and then it's like you can call me a cunt because you have a cunt pass. But I was giving them away to partnered streamers. So like if you were affiliate or a viewer, you could buy it off me for $5. But if you're a partner, like I would just give you a keychain. And some of the partner people still have it, and I would jump in their chat, and then they're like, "Oh, I remember you." Then they like pull it off of their shelf, and they're like, "Yeah, she gave me this cool little keychain." I thought it was like the coolest thing, and it was definitely like the smartest thing I did while out there.
That's
so
awesome.
Are you going this year?
Probably not. No. This year is an all-time low for money for me. Like I went from working 3 jobs to just having Twitch as an income.
Wow.
And like I received no government help. I received no child support or anything. So it's just like me and my son. And like yes, I have my family to help me, but I pay them rent. And it's just like I'm living like commission to commission to check like currently. So it's like I have no plans on going back to TwitchCon until I have steady income coming in.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year, because I don't think I can go this year, but I'm definitely going to. And I say this every year. I've been saying this for the last couple of years, but last year personal shit happened. You guys probably remember.
Yep.
The previous year, just I planned on going. I even bought the tickets, but friends backed out, so it would have been just me, and I personally don't.
You should have. Kate, when I went to TwitchCon, everybody that I streamed with at the time said they were gonna go, and Soul Panda was the only one who had the guts to say I'm not going. Everybody else let me believe they were going to be there and just never showed.
I don't think I knew you back in 2022.
No, but even if you were going alone, you should definitely go, even if you're going alone, because you meet so many cool people. There's people there that I met just going. Right. So don't be afraid to step out by yourself.
I just find it more fun when you actually got someone to go with, to enjoy the adventure with, to travel with, and to do everything else with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually brought like canvases and paint and stuff, and I can't show it to you because I'm short and it's actually like way up on my wall, like over there. But I had like there's this art creator who like that's all she does on Twitch is like paint and draw and whatnot. I handed her a canvas and I was like, would you like to paint me something? And she painted me something, and I made sure she signed it and stuff. And it's right up on my wall. And so I brought a bunch of things just to have other people, you know, imprint on me with.
Yeah. So I'm really gonna try next year for sure. It all depends on how everything else goes.
Yeah.
But we are needing to wrap it up. So, Angel, where can everyone find you and what kind of content?
All right. Well, if you want first-time playthroughs, genuine, like, honest gameplay, you're going to want to find me, Defiant Angel Princess, on Twitch. If you want funny clips, the small amount of skill I may portray, as well as all of my interviews that I do, you're going to want to go to my YouTube under the same name, Defiant Angel Princess. The most recent interview was with Flat Earth Dave, which is a person in the Flat Earth Society community. And then the interview before that was with a native Hawaiian vegan. So my interviews are different. They're not about like Twitch or creation. It's more people with bold opinions. And then I just want to hear out their perspective. I don't debate them. I don't tell them they're wrong. I just hear them out. And every month I will be doing one interview with somebody with a bold opinion. And I also run tournaments in my Discord for different games every month. So there's gonna be a tournament a month and an interview a month, and then as well as gameplay every day on Twitch.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Absolutely. If you guys are interested, we will definitely put all of her links in the description. But this has been amazing. Thank
you guys so much for having me.
Oh, dude, this was a pleasure. This was shit. How many months in the works?
I know,
Yeah.
Cake. I know.
I wasn't believing you.
All right. No, but I know.
It's Disaster's fault.
Yeah, it's Disaster's fault. Let's go with that. I like that better.
True.
But okay, Angel, this is the part where you get to choose where our viewers are gonna go and visit next. If you want to go ahead and cite a streamer that might be on right now that would like to receive a nice little raid.
Yep, because at the end of
stick the link
all
in
of
the
these,
chat and we will get him out.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna go with Sloppy Jelly. It's X Sloppy Jelly X. He is a great community member in both the ASPG Discord and a great friend of mine specifically. He just became affiliate like last week, so he's very new to streaming, and I know that he'd be super grateful. And he's always been a genuine guy.
if you want to put his link in the chat or just send it over to Fick. And
Yeah,
while you guys
Sure.
and while you guys do that, we all really appreciate all you guys for checking out. We upload these over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and so many other locations where you can find podcasts. So once again, thank you again for you guys for tuning in, and big thank you for Defiant Angel Princess for taking time out of her busy schedule for doing this. It has been awesome. It has been a big pleasure. So
I'm gonna put the link in the moderator chat in the Discord, Fick.
All right, gotcha.
I just posted it.
All right, I'm going over there and moderator. Got it. All right.
All right, guys. So until then, so long. Stay safe. Have a great and awesome rest of your day. Take care.